Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another amazing episode of Superstar Interviews, where we are interviewing the people that are authentic, the coaches that are authentic, the professionals that actually show and shine their light onto others because of the way that they actually come into this world. It's so important for us to celebrate those that have stayed true, that have stayed consistent, and that they never defer their attention from the bigger goal here, their mission, their purpose. And today we have the official Deonna Marie. We are so blessed to have you on here. Deonna, she is a vocal coach. She is not only a spiritual healer for singers, speakers, and leaders, but she has an amazing program where you can actually free your soul to unleash your voice. And if you're watching this and you're hearing me, you already know how important it is to speak your mind, speak what you want. So Deonna,
yeah,
let's break it down for everybody. They gotta know. Welcome to the call. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes. And one of the questions that we always ask is, what were you doing before coaching? Like, what led you to actually become this amazing coach that helps people all over the world?
Oh, the craziest thing leads us to where we're supposed to be. And
Right.
I believe for me, I feel like being broken, being broken in different areas of my life, whether that was my self-esteem, my own voice was taken for a while, just sometimes being looked over or being the underdog. I think it really helped me to get the tools that I needed to sharpen my tools so I can help those who feel that way to unleash their voices and heal their souls.
Yeah. What led you into like harnessing, not everybody's an amazing singer like yourself. Like, let's be honest, I cannot sing for nothing. Okay. Deonna's actually a professional singer. Okay. So how were you able to mirror or actually symbiotically put those two together? Singing professionally and coaching. How did you marry those together?
Well, I was singing and I was winning competitions all over the world, and it was the craziest ride. And it was right before I got my bachelor's degree, and I had the biggest vocal cyst that my surgeon had ever seen, and I had to get it surgically removed if I wanted to sing. So that kept me quiet for about 3 years. Oh yes. And in that 3 years of silence, that's when spirit, God, all source, people have different names, began to really speak the loudest in me. And it was during that time of healing, I was believe being prepped from the inside out to help others, because I had a voice. I had to build my voice from nothing. But what I didn't realize at the time, that my soul was broken. It was a lot that happened to me and I had seen, or just through my childhood and in my life, and it put a damper on my voice. And so even though I had all the best training in the world, my soul wasn't free. And so I wasn't able to really just let it out when I was singing or when I was speaking, because I didn't always speak up for myself. So it was in that silence, I feel like being put back together again, but not just for myself, but for others.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
That's beautiful. That's amazing. I mean, let's just do the math here really quickly. 365 times 3, that's almost 1,100 days of silence, right? 1,100 days of silence. I mean, I don't know anybody right now in my life that can't be quiet for more than an hour, So
you can probably imagine now, hard for me, most definitely. But and I'm telling you, I believe that was one of the lowest points of my life, because all I knew was music. That I felt like, well, what am I here for? If I can't sing, what am I supposed to do? So I was angry, I felt defeated. I felt abandoned. I felt unseen, unheard, not understood. All of these things that I now help other people to do. And it's miraculous how silence really does speak. And so that's one of the things I go forth in my coaching. I teach people how to be silent, what to listen for, what to look for, because it speaks volumes. And I think sometimes our mind is so busy, we're so busy going from this thing to the next thing, we don't take time to breathe and be silent and to hear the whispers of the wind telling us which way we're supposed to go. And so I do that.
That is so strong. I just wrote it down. How to use silence to speak your loudest. Like, come on.
That's good. That's good.
That's so good. So what are maybe 3 ways that, someone that is currently going through maybe their darkest hour, okay? What are maybe 3 keys of advice that you would actually offer that person to know, hey, you're able to get out of it? So what are 3 ways that you can help someone to, you do these 3 things right now, you can definitely step into your power. You just got to start here.
The first thing I would advise you to do is just sit back and to look at the situation that you're in. I know sometimes it's uncomfortable and it seems unfair, but there's a reason that you're there. Life is happening to you. Life is happening for you, not to you. Okay. And so it's a message in there. It's a reason perhaps that you have to be still. It's a reason perhaps that the money isn't flowing in the way you want it to. It's a reason perhaps you're not making the connections that you are looking for in your business or personal relationships. Perhaps you don't have that kind of relationship with yourself. Perhaps you have a light that needs to be shown inside of yourself. And if you had money, for example, it could blind you. It could lead you astray. If you had that partner, it could keep you distracted from yourself. If you had, so a lot of times we look at it as one way, but I would advise you to look at it from as many angles as possible, because it's always, always something good in it for you. So that's one thing, to look at it from different angles. The second thing, you must believe. It's a lot of times our belief is being tested. We're being tested if we believe what we see in our inner eye, in our soul's eye, is what is going to happen, that I've always known is going to happen for me. It will. Will you believe? How long will you believe? What crumbles? If everything is crumbling around you, you must stand firmly on your belief. You must, because then things will just miraculously start to happen just because you believe. So I would have to say that you have to stand firm on your belief. And number 3, be still. Stillness speaks volume. Take a walk outside and listen to the wind. Maybe you'll see a bird. Maybe you will see a coin that reminds you of something. Maybe you will pass, you just really never know. So presence is very important. It's the most important thing I believe that you can do in a day is to be still. Oftentimes we're so busy working. My biggest successes have just dropped in my lap, honestly, with me just being still.
Yeah.
I got to the point I didn't know what else I was going to do. Sometimes we're like, well, I don't know what to do. I've tried everything. I don't know. And, but oh boy, when you're still and you believe, the miracles begin to happen like magic. And I promise, if you do these things, it will happen for you too. Almost instantly, you will notice something.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's so many amazing blessings heading your way. And I believe that these 3 main things, so looking at everything in different perspectives, your belief has to be strong, and allowing yourself to be still are truly foundational pillars to getting to where you want to go. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What is I mean, you have a lot of success stories. Okay, I know, I know. So like, if you can just shine one light into someone to show them that, hey, anything is possible, you know, and to get them out of maybe that being stuck phase, right? What is a hell to heaven story that you can share with us, maybe from your clients or even from your own self, you know, that has led you to living in heaven,
Mhm.
living
Yeah.
your dream?
Yeah. Well, currently I am writing my one woman show and finishing my book, From the Crack House to the Opera House. And so that title alone, that's my story, is part of it. And so I will use that for to inspire people who think that whatever they're going through, they can't get through it, or whatever they went through. Maybe, you know, you used to be one way and people used to label you or call you this name or that name. You know, you can erase that label and you can step into what you really, who you know you really are, you know. And so, and you can use your pain for purpose, not only for yourself but for others. It's a lot of times it's to beam the light on others who feel hopeless, who feel left behind, who feel like they don't matter anymore. You know, it's a lot of times it's for them. And so shine your light anyway. That's why you have to be delivered when you smile and say hello to people. You never know what they're going through, but you could be the saving grace for them that day, you
Yeah.
know?
Did you know you were gonna write a woman show?
Oh, it's been a dream for a long time. It's I didn't know it was gonna happen like it did, like it's happening. That's why one thing I have to tell you, be careful what you pray for, okay? Because when you keep asking and you believe and you stand on it, boop, one day it happens.
Yeah.
And so be ready for it. So while your situation might not look like you want it to be, always prepare and have your mindset on where it is that you're going. It's not your business necessarily. I tell my clients how it's going to happen. Not your business. Don't worry about that. Just know that it's coming. Because it is. Yeah, it's true. It's so true.
What advice would you give someone right now in today's time that, you know, is possibly incredibly scared or incredibly nervous to actually stepping into their purpose? Like whether, you know, it's that kid that wants to pursue singing, but their parents are like, you need a job or you
Yeah.
need to go to college, or it's that coach that just got certified, but she wants to leave her 9 to 5, but she's scared by going all in on her purpose, she'll lose that steady paycheck. You know, what advice would you give someone that's looking to make that decision to step into their purpose?
Do it scared.
Mm.
Do it scared. We have one life to live. And if you know in your heart who you are and where you are supposed to be going, regardless of who understands or sees your vision, keep moving, because there will be people, places, and things that will be deliberately put in your way that do see you, that do feel you, that do understand you. So your fear, there is no room for fear. Fear must die. I tell my clients often that a lot of people have a manager in their mind and they forget to listen to their heart. And I tell my clients the manager must die, because your heart will lead you to where you are supposed to go. It will lead you to what you are supposed to say and to whom, always. But you must believe. You must be still so you can know and be led like a compass through life. Do it scared. Fear has no room here. You have something to do. You must move forward in boldness, unapologetically, so you can fulfill the purpose in shining your individual light to this world. You know what you're supposed to do. Do it afraid. You'll be caught.
Yeah, that's strong. And I see a bunch of books on your office shelf there. What has been a book that has like truly impacted your life? Because you're an avid learner of life, you know?
Always.
That's
Yeah.
something that you can see on her Instagram, on her Facebook, on her site. Like she's always doing something, or waking up at like 2 in the morning, doing her thing. Like
Yeah.
you go with your intuition,
Yeah.
and that's very admirable. What has been that book or maybe a couple books that you can, you know, share with the world?
Uh, the Four Agreements.
Yes.
Love that book. I said, well, this is it. This is it. You get it, okay? I would have to tell everybody to don't walk, don't meander, run and get that book if you haven't had it.
Yeah.
And I read it about 50 times. So because it's an easy read, it's not about the finish, it's not about the simplicity of the words or the phrasing. It's applying these four principles to your life every single day and doing it unapologetically, knowing that you are being led every step of the way. Yes. And so and the first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. And a lot of people, we're impeccable with our word when it comes to other people. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'll show up at this time. But are you impeccable with yourself? Did you start that yoga that you wanted to? Did you get up 15 minutes earlier to meditate like you keep saying? Did you start that diet that you wanted to? Are you looking into that business? Are you following the promises to yourself? And a lot of times we are not. We are not. And we're so quick to keep up, to keep up masks. I tell my clients often we create different masks for different people, places, and things. And so we get so caught up, we forget who we are underneath the mask. And we forget who we're being true to. And in order to give, you must be fully yourself so you can give from your overflow. And a lot of people don't understand that. So being impeccable with your word, what you're talking about, what you're thinking about is very powerful. And I believe it must be, is the first step to leading you to greatness in your life and freedom and all the things in voice.
Yes, yes. What is one thing that you always do to fill up your cup first? Yeah.
I'm still a lot. I'm very I'm high energy. I'm a life of the party, I love to make people laugh, and my coaching, we're mostly laughing, and people don't realize how much they're learning because we're laughing and they haven't learned themselves laughing. So it's really great. And so I do all of that, but honestly, I get my charge in stillness. I love to just be still and let my mind go wherever it wants to go. It's so important to me. I walk outside a lot. Nature is close to my heart, and I believe a lot of things just come to me when I walk. And whether it's under the moon or the sun, either way, I am deliberate when I walk. I'm intentional, and I am listening, and I am open. And boop, oh, I know what I'm supposed to do. It's great. Okay. So I stop worrying. I worry less and I walk more, or I worry less and I sit still more, That's really good. And singing, whether you sing well or not, okay? You can sing a mantra, I invite ease and joy. You can invite in your space what you want, honestly, and use your voice to do that is very powerful.
That's beautiful.
Thank
Are
you.
you currently watching American Idol?
Is it good though? What's the tea? Nah. What's happening?
I mean, we're watching it. We're we know we want to have this person win because they're just so how you mentioned, they're so they allow the flow to enter their soul. And it's so amazing to see people transform. And within your coaching, I'm sure because you've gone through so many different transformations in your own personal life that you can actually see when someone else is transforming before your eyes. So I love the fact that one of the key things within your coaching is actually laughing, you know, and
Oh,
it's fun.
the most part. Oh yeah, we laugh.
Yes, it's so important. It's so important. That's beautiful.
I think
Um,
sometimes I'm so serious in our everyday life that we forget to laugh at the little things. And like I run into this wall every time, like it's been there. And I don't know, sometimes I think I'm a little bit off or something. And it's all right to laugh at yourself, take a moment and be, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And tell someone else. They're like, oh my gosh, I run into the wall too. So yeah, it's a lot of laughing.
I love that. One of the things that we always value, you know, about coaching, you know, is the fact that we can actually be location independent,
Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
what has been one of the truest ways, like, I mean, just being location independent is great, but like, why do you love it so much? I'm curious. Why do you love being location independent, being able to work with people all over the world? No big deal.
What do I like about that?
Yeah. What do you like about being location independent?
My reach is limitless.
There you go. That's it. Yeah.
You know, because that I've never been one to like limits anyway. And I've always been one to, if I did run into one, I would find a way where it's not limited. I believe in freedom. And I believe that we have different gifts to help people, not just in some people is for their city, you know, and that's beautiful, or their block. We need everybody, right? But then there's people that are supposed to be, that are groomed for the world, and for different people around the world, on different levels, and for your growth as well. I grow as well with my clients, you know. I get to see a lot of myself. I've grown so much, I believe, personally, being a coach. Okay, and so it's just I don't know. It's just that to feel different cultures, and how different people think about different things and how they interpret different things. It only helps me, you know, as well, to put something else in my wheelhouse. I never thought about it that way. Oh,
Yes. It's
you know,
amazing.
oh, oh, bing, oh, and so it's a beautiful thing to be open, and to have other people that are open as well to receive. It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
just yeah.
What advice would you give someone that's like, I'm hesitant in hiring a coach? Like, do you personally have a coach? Have you hired a coach
Oh
as a
God,
coach?
how many? What? How many? I have several. What are you talking about? You know, like what are you?
Yeah.
I believe that to get your best results, um, in whatever it is that you want to do. And if
Yeah.
it's your voice, I look at the voice as like the Olympics. You know, if you want to reach the top line and you want to reach the people at the top, and you feel like you are supposed to pour into the world on a higher level, then you need to know how the voice works. You need to understand how your breath works. You want to understand how you can speak a long time, or maybe you can speak a short time, or maybe you need to know about the pollen index in the area that you're traveling to. Maybe you need to know how the menstrual cycle, if you're a woman, affects the voice, or flying affects the voice, and all of these wonderful things. So you can speak your words, or sing your song, or run your business with conviction, standing on the platform of I guess of confidence, when you know your voice is there, when you know your voice is free, and you're speaking your freedom and not hiding behind what you know, or your what you do in your business, but you are um, completely transparent. And that's a whole nother thing that a lot of people still lack. They have very successful businesses and families and all the things, but something is still holding them back vocally. Um, Speaking their whole truth entirely. And maybe it's something that happened in your past relationship or childhood that you maybe buried, or the world tells you you should bury because you're grown now. And that's not necessarily the truth, you know? Yeah, I probably went off on a tangent, but I kind of.
Yeah, and it's so important. Like, it's really helpful when you actually have a coach that can walk you and guide you through all that, because it's hard to do it on your own. Like, it's just hard to do that. You were born with two legs. One helps the other one helps the other, and then you get to your destination.
Yeah.
So that's, that's beautiful. Now we have, and you kind of touched on it, but this is very, very important. It's probably going to be the most important question that I ever ask you, to be honest with you. I'm glad that you're sitting down. So, Deonna, what does freedom mean to you?
Freedom, being who I am, unapologetically, thinking my thoughts, walking my way, whatever it is that I have to say, without thinking, oh, did I say that right? Oh, did I answer fast enough? Oh, did I think long? I mean, it's all kinds of thoughts that, self-defeating thoughts that we can think. And I think that, it really don't matter. Just being myself is freedom to me. I didn't always feel that way. I didn't always feel comfortable with myself. I as I'm writing my story, one of the things I was 27. I couldn't even look in the mirror without crying, because of so much trauma from my childhood. And so I think that for me, the most important is to be myself unapologetically, to use my voice and to speak my truth is freedom. Being able to sing, even if I mess up, if I crack or not, it's like, it's long as I am there and transparent with whoever I'm singing to, and my spirit is open, and you can see all of my wounds, because that's what I want, because that is what heals. So I guess going back, freedom is complete transparency with yourself and others without being ashamed of the bruises that are there.
Hey, that's beautiful. Full transparency and fully being yourself.
Yeah, that's freedom right there.
That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Well, ladies and gentlemen, do you work with guys too, or only the brave ones? Only the brave ones. Only the mature and brave ones are allowed. But ladies, come on over. It's time for you to find that voice if you are ready. Okay. Yeah. Miss Deonna is very busy in her tours, and it's very, very important to find a coach that actually has been through a lot of the struggles, a lot of the experiences, because it's one thing hiring a coach that you see on Instagram, and they might seem cool, you might have a vibe, but you don't know their backstory. You don't know if they've gone through the work of actually growing and developing their skill set. So if you're looking for a coach that has done the work, that is ready to lift you to a different level, and that is ready to take you to the next level, okay? Make sure to go to Deonna's page. We're going to link it below. Give her a shout. And thank you so much for your time. I know a lot of people are going to be singing today.
Yes! Song, boo, okay? Go ahead, sing anyway, out loud, okay?
Thank you so much for your time.
And I want whoever does it, if you do dare to go outside and just sing to the waiter, sing at the light. I want to know how it felt. I really do. So make sure you comment, because it's something freeing about it that you might not even know yet until you try it. Thank me later.
There you go. There you go. Some coaching for you. That's beautiful. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, and thank you. Have a beautiful and blessed day ahead.
You too. Bye, everybody.